Hello everyone, James from Junkyard Fox back at you with another video. And a few weeks ago, my buddy Jude from the Survival Tech channel tagged me on a 7 YouTuber questions video. So something of a Q&A session. So I'm going to go ahead and answer these now. Now, of course, we are at my house right now. Obviously, we're not out in the wilderness. We're working on a project right now that I'm not at liberty to discuss yet. I understand, Junkyard Fox has been keeping a low profile this year. That's because we're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes for an upcoming announcement. So we're at home. It's going to be a Q&A session, nothing too, adrenaline charged. But I hope you guys pull up a chair and let's get started. So first question, why do you do YouTube? I think there's several factors for that, not just one particular reason. One is I enjoy being outside, having a lot of adventures outdoors, and I think adventures is something that's very rare nowadays. It's becoming the exception for most people everyday's lives. I enjoy being outside and learning skills, learning wilderness skills, learning about my environment. Now, one of the reasons I do is I want to show people the desert environment, and because it's a lot different. Most YouTube channels or television shows, they involve the woodlands, Canada or the jungle, South America, but there's not a lot of information on the desert. And it was, when I was getting started, it was quite difficult to, figure things out and learn more about it, because there's just less available information. So as I learned it, I wanted to just encourage people, whether they're kids or grown adults, just get outside, learn about your environment, learn about this beautiful region of ours. And another reason, I would say a little bit more of a selfish reason, is, I'm a storyteller. Long before I was doing YouTube, I was drawing comic books, I was writing poems or short stories, photography, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying that any of them are good, I'm not saying that, but I need to tell stories. It's something that has always been very important in my life. And with YouTube, not only do we get a chance to, demonstrate skills or review gear, but we get to approach it more creatively. I like to think, at least, that, with Junkyard Fox, we try very hard to approach it in a more cinematic standpoint, with interesting angles and music and so on and so forth. And so not only am I, showing people my side of the world and encouraging, people to get outside, but I myself am having a lot of fun crafting stories. Question number 2, where did your name come from? Well, I already have a video on that, where I get more in detail on that, so if you want to check that out, it's a channel update / cooking a quail. Now, for now, I'm just going to give you the brief rundown. Junkyard Fox, originally this channel was called just James Harris. I really didn't think I was going to pursue it to be, a large channel and gear reviews and stuff. I thought I was going to do about 5 or 6 videos and be done with it. But it was addicting. I really enjoyed this new platform of telling stories and adventures. So whenever I decided to officially name the channel, I wanted to avoid already used terms like bushcraft, prepper, survival, all these words that other channels already had. One, because they were already done, and 2, I wanted something a little bit more different, I guess, something that stuck in the mind a little bit, out of the ordinary. So Fox, originally, Fox is because I admire these small, cunning, adaptable animals. I respect intelligence and adaptability over raw strength. Siberian tigers and polar bears are powerful, gorgeous animals, but they're not adapting so well with the changes that, us as humans have made. But foxes and raccoons, alley cats, all these small animals are very adaptable and resourceful. And that's a concept that I very much admire. So that's where the Fox came from. As for Junkyard, I wanted something a little bit more gritty sounding, because I really want to do also a lot of hobo survival methods and urban survival. I think hobos, we like to concentrate on wilderness survival skills because there's a romanticism, a beauty about that. But realistically, cities, gutters, alleys, that's where the real survival is going on nowadays. So we didn't delve too much on that last year. We did a lot more of the wilderness stuff. The Fox part this year, be ready. Our summer, we're going to do a lot of urban survival. So that's where the Junkyard came from. So put it together and you have yourself Junkyard Fox. Question number 3. How long have you been on YouTube? We've been on YouTube, we started in April of 2015, so in about 2 months from now, we're going to be 2 years old. And wow, in those 2 years, they just flew by, and we just exploded. We just made so many videos, traveled everywhere, so that's really awesome. So yes, we're about to be 2 years old in April. I'm going to say like April 15 or something like that. Question number 4. What kind of camera do I use? I honestly just use my cell phone, which is an iPhone 5C. I would eventually I do want to upgrade my stuff, get a better camera, get a microphone, better editing software, because I just use Windows Movie Maker. Hey, we're recording right now. However, I do plan on updating this stuff, but I take more priority for me is making the video, what's the content? How is it going to be educational? How is it going to be entertaining? You can have the best equipment in the world, but if you can't execute that video, that idea, it's not going to get a lot of views. Not going to help a lot of people. So I do want to upgrade in time, but for now I think we're fine. As long as the videos are still fun and interesting, I think we're okay. Question number 5. Do you make your own thumbnails? Yes, I do. Now, my problem is I always forget to make a thumbnail, so when I'm recording a video, afterwards when I'm editing, I'll stop, I'll take a screenshot of something, a really cool angle, or just something that shows the product that I'm reviewing, or whatever skill I'm demonstrating, and then I'll tidy up that picture with apps on my phone, try to make it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So yeah, yes I do. Okay, question number 6. Who made your intro/outro? We don't have an intro, anything like that. What we do have, though, is this jingle right here. That, of course, was made by composer Cuervo Negro, who happens to be part-time cameraman for this channel. He's also, of course, the one who provides all the music. All the music in this channel is made by him. And we wanted something to start it off with, kind of get the interest. So we'll play that at the beginning. We'll play that at the end, and sometimes in the middle we'll play it like if there's some triumphant moment, we caught a fish, or some success, we'll play it. So yeah, that's my intro and outro, and I guess you can consider my outro could also be my the slogan. Now go outside and get your boots dirty. I wanted something just encouraging, something fun and relaxed, not I wanted to avoid some, prepare for the apocalypse or something. Like, no, just go outside and have fun, go have an adventure. Question number 7, will you ever quit doing YouTube? As far as I've planned, no. Now, of course, unforeseen circumstances might happen in the future regarding myself or the website itself, YouTube. But, no, I don't think so, and I don't think we're going to be going anywhere soon. However, I might slow down just to work on another project. Every once in a while, I like to switch things up and just work on a different format. So I might slow down in Junkyard Fox, but it won't be shutting down anytime soon. Okay, so those are the 7 questions. Now, just to throw a curveball at you guys, I went ahead and added 2 more bonus questions. So future channels that I tag, feel free to disregard these if you don't want to answer them. Okay, question number 8. What is your biggest weakness as an outdoorsman and as a filmmaker? Well, as an outdoorsman, I gotta say easily, the cold. I despise the cold. I'm a desert dweller. I like heat. So for me, when it does get cold, I lose all motivation. I just want to stay wrapped in blankets. So that is definitely a weakness for me. As far as another concept is, at least personally, I don't like being at home. I always want to be having a good time, traveling and having fun outside. But as someone who dabbles with preparedness, I could really, focus on the house a little more. Maybe even grow a garden, focus on projects for the homestead to be more sustainable. And I kind of, to me, that's kind of boring. So I just want to go out and fish or something. Now, as a filmmaker, I gotta say, I can be a little bit too much of a perfectionist where I'll plan something in my mind, this really cool scene for a video, and then we go outside, and of course weather or other outside factors may not really cooperate with us, and then it just absolutely it irks me, and I need to kind of learn to relax a little bit. Last question, question number 9. While out filming, what has been your favorite memory? So this is, when have you been out making a YouTube video and, you just had such a great time? For me, I would have to say easily was my birthday of this past year. We traveled to the Davis Mountains, in Texas, and we were out filming earlier that day, making a couple of videos. But later on that night, it was my birthday, and we were just around the campfire, and we're up in the mountains, and the stars are just shining so brilliant, and we just have good food, and I'm in good company, having a good beer. And even a fox came to our campfire that night. I thought that was a very profound moment. Now, I'm sure, he just smelled cooking food, and he was curious. But I thought it was just a very perfect night. It was just so peaceful. The sounds of the crickets and all. And then later on, of course, when we're sleeping in our tent, a thunderstorm got there, and just the pattering of the sound of the tent. It was just very beautiful. A very serene moment. Well, that's about it, guys. That's about it for these questions. Now it's my turn to tag 3 different channels. So, okay, tag channels are going to be 1, The Hidden Woodsman. So that's my buddy Malcolm. Second is going to be Mr. Bob Hansler. Now, Bob, I know this is not exactly your cup of tea, making these videos, but if you find yourself, with some time in your hands, just so, as an audience, we would love to hear from you. And last but not least is Gangsta Puffs. Now, Gangsta Puffs is a barely growing channel. It's my friend Ben, and he's a good buddy of mine. So I'm just trying to, toss him a bone over there, get him some more content and some views. So if you guys like this video, guys, thank you so much for checking it out. Thank you so much for your patience. I know we've been kind of slow this year, but we will be picking it up pretty soon. So if you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet to keep up with my adventures. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.